Now, Traitor MacCain was just caught paying for it. What's coming next will kill him. By Cat Stevens for freedomdaily.com. To make it seem unbelievable. Senator John McCain of the Republican Party is up to his Democrat tricks again. The world-renowned rhino is being thrown under the bus again, and rightfully so. There seems to be an influx in support for McCain on Twitter. Tons of positive messages streaming through his Twitter feed appear to be supportive of the old fogey. However, someone else did some digging around and spotted a trend. They spotted something that caught them off guard. It was alarming. It was possibly evidence that McCain has purchased tons of fake messages from fake people to make it seem like he's right and Trump is a horrible president of the United States. You gotta be kidding. That's what's going on with the channels, those computerized voices channels. You see like 10,000 views, 20,000 views with like 30 comments, you know. How could you have that? The same thing McCain is doing. I can't believe it. When it comes to Twitter, Facebook, and many other social media platforms, there's something called technology, and it allows people to utilize fake lies, comments, and followers. If you type something like cheap Twitter followers on Google, then you'll see a plethora of options appear where you can buy followers for very cheap. Oh my God, I didn't even know this existed. I heard about bots, but I didn't know. So McCain was caught doing this. I can't believe it. You can also buy comments, likes, and almost anything else. Oh my. Oh really? This is done by use of automated systems that generate fake profiles. Then the counterfeit profiles create general remarks or like things. Wow. Have you ever seen a profile that has a lot of followers but almost no comments or activity? Yes. That's probably because these followers are fake. Let's say there's a Facebook profile with 5 million likes and barely anyone comments on their post. Correct. That's what I saw on these YouTube videos. I see the computerized voices. I'm saying they have like 20,000 views. I said, how many comments? Because my daughter was telling me they're fake. And I said, what are you talking about? She goes to me, they're fake. And then you view the comments and likes. Like, I'll get 30 comments on, like, let's say 1,500 views or 1,000 views. And they have like 30,000, 20,000 views with 30 comments and like a couple of 200 or 300 thumbs up. I mean, I said, what? I got hip to this, you know? So, moving right along, but this is like funny that I just happened to be on this. I can't believe it. So that's what McCain did. So now, have you ever seen a profile, okay, with millions and no posts? Okay, isn't that strange? Don't you think that there would be at least a few comments? More than a handful, right? Yeah, with millions of viewers, yeah, of course. Or thousands at least. You'd see a couple of hundred views on 20,000 views. You'd have at least about 300, 200 comments, at least, something to that effect. That's an excellent indication that the account purchased fake followers to inflate their numbers. Wow, that might be what happened with John McCain. Might be. That's exactly. In all honesty, who likes the guy except for the Democrats? And Democrats won't like him that much because he's still technically a Republican in name. So it's not like the Democrats genuinely get a seat out of him. Democrats may like him a little bit, but that doesn't justify the extent to which the ridiculous amounts of comments flowing in. It's almost like there's a very long list of incredibly generic comments that could almost be said for anything. Those are where your eyes should be in regards to what WikiLeaks is exposing. Julian Assange, Twitter bots disguised as Americans attack FISA memo and Trump promote war hawk McCain. Wow. Mr. McCain is the rhino at large by Frank Lee. Yeah. The American Mirror reported U.S. Senator John McCain gets a lot of love on social media, but it's fake and intended to attack President Trump, according to Julian Assange. The WikiLeaks founder noted on Twitter today that bots are supporting the Trump critic and darling of Democrats. Assange posted screen captures of several of examples of what he calls bot activity. They show several accounts tweeting the same article titled "John McCain just made a startling public accusation against Trump amid phony Nunes memo released at exactly the same time." One Twitter user pointed to a suspicious-looking site called linejournal.org. That website published a pro-McCain article reporting on his criticism of Trump. So did Mile and Bew and whatever as well. Despite his illness, McCain showed that he has one of the great minds in public life and remains true American hero who stands up for this country. First, it reports, McCain did not do a very good job when he ran for president, but he continues to show that he has the intelligence, experience, and savvy that a good president needs, unlike Trump, who has turned out to be a partisan who cares more about himself than America, it said later in the article. Another bot tweeted a link to the very same article, but on denverpoll.com, the article featured this tweet about Senator McCain. Senator, ABC News Politics, Senator John McCain calls for Mueller probe to continue unimpeded. Our nation's elected officials, including the president, must stop looking at this investigation through the warped lenses. Yeah, I remember that tweet, of politics and manufacturing partisan sideshow. How does that explain McCain's attack on the Republican Party his entire career? It appears as though bots are being listed as responsible for posting identical tweets throughout various venues of Twitter. This is something that can be achieved through programming automated software that could potentially be geared towards spam use, but it's subjective in what people use it for. There's likely something that's already available to anyone if you just use a Google search. The reason this method of marketing and promoting through the fake bots is because of the accounts who participate being shut down. This doesn't mean McCain's account could be shut down, but that any account that programmatically spammed fake positive posts in support of his obvious rhino tactics could be shut down. To be called out as having fake followers or bots supporting you is downright shady and also very obvious. Trump is said to have Russian bots, but if you look at the majority of the tweets supporting him, then you can tell they're real people. One look at their accounts and you can see they have a life outside of politics. They're not all spamming the identical message, and they have real-life conversations with other people about other topics. There's this thing called being an American patriot, and Americans love President Trump. Americans don't love McCain because he doesn't support his party. It makes no sense why he's even listed as a Republican anymore. You'd think after all these years of being a Democrat sheep, hiding in wolf costume, that he may have considered switching over by now. It's often embarrassing that Republicans have to claim responsibility for this ogre-like traitor. Absolutely. Absolutely. And remember when Adam Schiff was saying, and they were saying that these are Russian bots? Who was saying that? And Twitter had to admit that they weren't Russian bots, and they were all American citizens commenting about hashtag release the memo. Isn't that disgraceful of McCain? But you know what? These Democrats will stoop to nothing. He's a Democrat. But, okay, they call him a rhino, but we know he's a traitor. That it's not even Democrat or Republican. He's a traitor to this country. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.